For many autistic individuals, being nonverbal is pretty common. What's not common is not many people know what it feels like, therefore don't seem to understand and are shocked when realizing we are thinking many typical things that many neurotypical individuals think, except it's in visuals only as opposed to words. To understand your autistic loved one better, I will try to describe what not only my nonverbal autistic friends have communicated with me, but what I've experienced myself of what being a nonverbal autistic feels like. There was a point in time in my childhood, maybe roughly 5 to 7 years of age, where I wasn't able to vocalize what I was thinking. I could speak seemingly well enough, but I thought much more in visuals than in words. Many times, even my autistic friends describe not needing words, as there is a disconnect with verbal and written words versus what we see in our heads. A perfect example of that disconnect is when I'm reading a book. It would take me much longer to read a book than your average person, as my brain takes time to convert the text into a visual. I read fluently today, but I do still notice a delay between what I'm reading and when my brain computes what I just read into something I can see and feel. Most neurotypical people instantly can connect words with a person, place, thing, description, emotion, etc. But in visuals, you don't need any of that. It's instantly there, it's unadulterated as it is, so we have no need for words. The best form of communication in an alternate universe would be if we could speak in visuals and emotions only. Our lives would be so much easier to communicate that way. Unfortunately, in this world, it requires us to speak, write, and do physical motion in order to socialize properly. Because of this disconnect in our brains, it makes us seem less than. You'd be extremely surprised at how colorful our minds really are. Bringing in words makes it more complicated. I'm sure many of you have had trouble describing what you were thinking at some point in your life, like how to describe the color magenta, which is like a purplish red, but for some who don't exactly know how to describe it, you know exactly what color it looks like in your head, but you are unable to put it into words. There is a disconnect with what you see in your head versus being able to have it manifest into what describes it. I hope you found this an interesting insight into what it feels like. If I missed anything, please feel free to comment so that I can make another video to help others understand what autistic people feel. I'll see you in the next one.